This is Retirement Garage. We're in August, and it's a beautiful Saturday here in Cleveland, Ohio. Thought I would do an update where I am financially from my operational expenses to my, I guess you could call it emergency expenses, or money that I have to take out of the bank. Now last year, and I'll show you my board again, last year we took out $892, if you could see that in the red on the bottom, for 2024. So this board represents my operational expenses for the year based on 3 months at a time. And operational expenses means our Social Security of $38.76 gross, and then minus all of the, the electric bill, the food, all the good stuff like that. And this year, I'm 636, or me and Mrs. Buzz, I should say, we're $636 ahead for the year. Hoping to get that number, well over $1,000 before the end of the year, because then Christmas shopping comes and, hey, wants to move around. That's what's great about one-take videos. I'm not going to fix that. I mean, I'll fix it, but you're going to see the actual what happens when I do a video. And trust me, a lot of weird things happen. But, when she does her Christmas shopping, we're going to have, probably another $1,000 taken off of there. So we could break even for the year. So what does that mean? That kind of puts us, let's just say, operational expenses, Christmas, giving, and things like that, we break even. Let's just assume, okay? It's still August, early August, so it's too early to determine that number yet. But let's just say we do make it. I mean, we're more than halfway there to getting the $1,000 mark, right? So let's say we do hit that. She spends $1,000 at Christmas, $1,100, whatever, and we end the year at a couple $100 down. I'll take that. I'll take that any day. But now, let me set this down before I drop it. The operational expenses is one thing, but what money came out of the bank is entirely another thing, right? Now last year, like we showed, we were under $1,000 that we took out of the bank. And a lot of people told me, you're not going to get that lucky every year. And of course, I believe that. I mean, there's all kinds of expenses that happen. And fortunately, I haven't had any car issues yet. Knock wood. So I'm just waiting for that shoe to fall. Because I've been very fortunate that my 2018 vehicle has had nothing but oil changes, tire rotation. I bought tires before I retired. So, but it's got 147,000 miles on it, so it will give up the ghost one of these days. Hey, this is entertainment, isn't it? Entertainment value, trying to balance. All right, so anyway, if we look at this for this year, now remember, it was $1,000 last year. It was $1,000 last year that we took out of the bank. This year, if you could see that in the orange, we're at almost 12,000. Now, assuming that, and I did a video, assuming that I have 200,000 or less in savings, if I would spend 12 grand a year, I would completely run out of money at 200,000. I would completely run out of money by the time I'm 82. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. If you really digest and we go over each number, 50-gallon water heater, 2,000. Now I know people tell me it's a gas water heater, and I know, well, you can just do it yourself. You could buy, and you're right. You're absolutely right. But my piping was all screwed up. It was broken. It was dead. It was leaking. So it wasn't like I could just, like I do my bathroom, get to it when I get to it. We needed it done quickly. And I already got a quote, because I was going to preemptively do this, because I knew it was, how many years did I say? It was old. It was like 20 years old. I think 17 or 20 years old. It was really old. It went way past its life. And I got a quote, and then about 4 months later, 5 months later, it was done. Started leaking all over the place. So, and I didn't have one of those pans underneath when they did the original installation that many years ago. So I had water. It was in the basement, so the water just kind of drained to my sump pump area, which was good. It wasn't a massive, major problem, but still, it was an annoyance. So we got that done. The piping was all done correctly. I didn't even have a shutoff valve on the one side where it supplies the water to the tank. There wasn't even a shutoff valve. You had to shut off the main valve. That's how screwed up the system. So I wanted it done and done right and done to code. And they also put an expansion tank on it. You guys know what that is. And for us, it's not code. I won't get into all the details of that, but they put that on as well. So it did cost $2,000. It was a good. We had a Bradford and White. So this one is, I think, made by the company that made Bradford White. I think there's been some consolidation in the industry, but supposedly we got a decent one, 50 gallons. So $2,000 with the install and everything. I'm okay with that. Now the next time, since all the piping's done right, the next time I may be able to just do that myself. You know, pull it out and get a decent one. Probably like the Home Depot ones or Lowe's, I probably won't get unless it's a top of the line one. Because the next one I put in, I want to last, you know, another 10, 15 years. I'll be dead by then, so the next people could worry about it. Electrical panel. And so that started off with me working in the bathroom. So I'm remodeling the bathroom. It's been a project. Let me see, how many months now? Some of my subscribers know. I think I started last summer, let's just call it that. But we had to get, you know, it was all knob and tube, 1963 house, and it was knob and tube. Luckily, fortunately, the bathroom did have the green wire, the ground wire through it, which was nice. That's not everywhere in the house. So I wanted to get that done, and then after we started talking, we should do the electrical panel. You know, we can move stuff around. We can put new breakers in there because I don't think it's been replaced since probably maybe added on in the 70s. We got the house in 1991 and we haven't done anything with the electrical. So getting a new panel and getting everything and moved around too. Like there was too much on some circuits. So that was something that was good to do. So what a small job, just doing the bathroom, turned into a $5,000 expense, which I'm good with. I'm good with that. Attorney fees, someday I'll do a video. I've teased this for a long, long time. But, you know, litigation and all that stuff takes a long time. So we're coming to the conclusion of it. Hopefully by the end of the month I'll be able to clue you guys in on what's going on with that, but our attorney fees were $3,000. Now, because it's no tax for 2 days, or 2 weeks I should say, in Ohio, no sales tax. Anything big I wanted to buy, which really isn't anything I really want to buy that's costly, but Mrs. Buzz says, well, what, you know, we got these concrete cast steps that she broke through, and they're on the side of the house. So we have the back, which we go in and out of all the time, and we have the front. So the side, we don't use it that often, but still, we want to replace those. So I'm going to put limestone. I bought 2 6-foot limestone stair treads, yay thick, 6 feet long by 12 inches. Those cost $330, but no tax. So I saved like 25 bucks or so with no tax, which was good. And that's going to probably end up with another $300 because I need some stone for the side, and I got to get some cinder block and probably some cement and maybe some sand and mortar and all that good stuff. So that'll probably double that cost, but still reasonable. You know, another $300-400. It's reasonable. Crowns, 2 crowns I'm getting in Monday, as a matter of fact. They're putting the 2 crowns in. I got temporaries in there right now. With my insurance, I'm still going to have to pay $1,600 for 2 crowns, which luckily my insurance is basically taking care of 1 crown because they're around $1,500-1,600 each. So I'm going to spend $1,600 on Monday. Throw that credit card out. Here we go. And I should be, you know, hey, dental stuff, you never know, but I should be good for the rest of the year, hopefully. Um, the only other thing, so that got us to basically 12 grand, and that's where I got the figure. You know, last year, remember, we only took out 1,000. This year, it's 12 grand. So, what's the best way to do that? What's the best way to calculate your expenses right now? You go back to the water heater. Okay, I'm good for another 10 years. I'm just going to call it 10 years. It might be less, it could be more. Well, let's just average it out at 10 years. Okay, no expense there. Electrical panel, I won't do that again in my life. More than likely, there's no need to do it. Everything's up to code. Got the new mast outside, which was that goes to the street. You know, they did everything. That should not be a problem going forward until we pass away or we sell the house. So we should be good. Attorney fees, I don't see us doing that again. Once this thing is resolved, we should be good. So that's a one-time expense. The limestone, again, if we go $600–700 to get that done, that's not going to have to be redone again, unless I screw it up somehow, but I should be good on that for a lot of years. The HVAC, you know what I'm doing? In October, I'm taking a class, Joint Vocational School, Polaris over here. They have a HVAC training class, and they have adult education. So I'm doing a whole day long training, education on everything HVAC. So I will learn, because mine's 27 years old, so the AC and the gas furnace is 27 years old. It's got to get done. You know, I think I'm running on borrowed time right now. If you watch some earlier videos, I think it was earlier in the year or last year, I can't remember now, the main brain of the furnace went bad, and we got one of those replaced, and the guy replaced it, and we did that fairly inexpensive. It was a couple $100, so it wasn't too bad. But eventually something's going to happen, and what I don't want to do is have it happen in January or February in Cleveland. You know, when it's 15 to 20 degrees or even colder, the last thing you want is your furnace to go out. Now sure, a brand new one can go out too, but 27 years old, I'm taking a gamble. So I'm going to take this class, and I'm going to learn the ins and outs, try to find out from the instructor what the best brands are, what's the best way to go, and get knowledgeable before I spend $10,000 to $20,000. I want as much education and knowledge as I could possibly have walking into that kind of an expense. So I'm going to try to put it off to next year. We'll see what happens, but maybe I do it in November. Well, it's still fairly decent around here in Cleveland. We'll see what happens, but I do want to get that done. But so basically what I'm saying is, of this $12,000, I should not see a repeat of that $12,000 going into 2026. Now, will there be other things? Like I said, my car, there could be the roof's only 7 years old, so but there could be anything. Tree falls down, right? You know, somebody told me $2,000–3,000 to cut down a big tree. So there could be expenses like that. But that's where I'm at in August, so we're a little over half of the year done already at $12,000. I'm hoping it's going to stay somewhere in that neighborhood, and hopefully next year I'm not but even if I went $12,000 every year, I would run out of money. Based on $200,000, I would run out of money at 82 years old. So I don't think I'm going to get $12,000 every year. I mean, we might take a vacation that costs us $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But that's why I keep doing YouTube videos, because with $200,000 or less in savings, I got to keep working part-time. Some people told me I'm going to work till I die, and that may be the case. You just never know. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an update of where I'm at, and that board actually sat there while I did this talk. Isn't that something? At least I got that going for me. Plus, this Retirement Garage. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye.